Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, and by golly, we are ready. We got a bunch today, Dave, including a whole lot of new faces and some great wrestling action lined up.
You are right, and here we go. Opening match of the day. Jerry Bryant and David Oswald will be in here, going against a team of Mike Roberts and Tony Eaton. In the next match, it'll be the Assassins against Slim the Hillbilly and Paul Ellering as a tag team. Next match, we'll have Ken Lucas and Steve Regal against Jerry Ralph and Bill Smithson. Single match, Harry Damato, another new face, against the superstar Bill Dundee. Then, another tag team match, Rick Morton and Larry Hardin teaming up to go against Jerry the King Lawler and handsome Jimmy Valiant.
Yeah, Valiant Lawler.
That's not all. Then we're going to have Dick Greb and Chuck Culley in against Rick and Robert Gibson. We got a full day today.
Well, I'll tell you, we got a bunch of them lined up in there, and you're going to have an interesting time watching the action as it goes down. By the way, in addition to that, we've got a report from Billy Robinson. I talked to Billy earlier, and he is just feeling great, and we're going to be hearing from Billy a little bit later. And we're going to have it all today right here on Championship Wrestling. Don't you dare move a step unless it's to call a friend and tell him we're about ready to go, and we'll be back with Championship Wrestling action coming up in just a moment.
15-minute time limit match, introducing at a total weight of 440 pounds on the right of your screen. From Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry Bryant, and from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald. Going against them in this match at a total weight of 452 pounds from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Mike Roberts and Tony Eaton. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, Calhoun is telling them to shed off the robes and the jackets and so forth. Jerry Bryant, by the way, Dave, with a nice beard on there, right? Mustache, yeah. Jerry looking very dapper with that trimmed up beard. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I think our first wrestlers out of there. And starting out is going to be Mike Roberts. Bell time against Jerry Bryant.
Roberts. Put down on the mat by Bryant. Backs over toward the corner. Jerry Bryant not going into the corner after it. Wise move, Jerry. Hip toss.
Oh, beauty.
He puts Roberts on the mat, right in the center of the ring. Over to the corner, Bryant, for a quick conversation with his partner, David Oswald. Bryant to the corner for the tag. David Oswald comes in, takes over the left arm. Jerry Bryant had set up on a sort of a bar. Oswald definitely has one set on it. Mike Roberts put on the mat by David Oswald. Tag made, and Jerry Bryant will be coming back in. Oh, Roberts pull back the right hand. Jerry Bryant right there says, we'll have none of that. Bryant yanks him off his feet. Roberts down on the mat, shoulders down briefly. Roberts converts to a head scissors.
Boy, when Jerry came over with that last mare on him, he stretched his neck about an inch and a half. He was going. Whether he wanted to go or not, he was going.
He was going to hit that mat. Tag's been made. This is the bigger member of the team. Oh,
hip toss on the biggie.
Yeah, he hits that mat. We're 2 minutes, 10 seconds into the action. Team of Mike Roberts and Tony Eaton in there now against Jerry Bryant and his partner David Oswald. Tag made by Bryant. Here's Oswald. He's got the headlock on Tony Eaton.
I think we got two exceptions in there. I don't remember anybody else who wrestles out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So that's what we got in the ring right now. Yeah.
David Oswald, he is from Jonesboro, over in Arkansas. Tony Eaton in the headlock. Tag made by David on Jerry Bryant. Oh. Bryant dropped him down to the mat. The shoulders both flat on the mat, and referee Jerry Calhoun started the count. Eaton was able to bring the right shoulder up, stop the count at 1. Very close to 3.5 minutes as Tony Eaton is over to the corner and makes the tag on his partner. This is Mike Roberts. He's greeted by Jerry Bryant. Bryant just yanks him off his feet down to the mat. Bryant hadn't let either one of them stay on their feet very long in there today.
No, I was just thinking that while it didn't bother him a bit to try at Eaton as big as he is, he felt a lot easier with that with that side mare than he did going against Eaton, because Roberts is a lot smaller. Whoa, look at him.
Roberts caught him with a right forearm. A little hair pulling thrown in, too, for bad measure. Roberts, that was no forearm. That was a right fist. Right hand. Bryant hits the mat. Roberts goes for the cover. Counts at 1, 2, but broken at 2. And Bryant up on his feet after being slugged a couple of times by Mike Roberts. Roberts off the rope.
Wound his clock.
Count of 1 is all he got. Roberts was able to break out of it. Thought Bryant might have the 3 count on him there, but Roberts still had enough fight left in him to break the cover. Here's Tony Eaton back in after the tag. One leg, and Jerry Bryant just dropped him right to the mat, drags him halfway across the ring, and tags David Oswald. Five minutes gone in this one. 5 minutes passed in a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match.
5 minutes down the drain and 10 minutes to wrestle. So far, it's been Bryant and Oswald who have been on top primarily, but now big Tony Eaton working on David Oswald. He caught him with a big forearm, slammed him down. Here comes Robert using that cocoa butt, Dave.
He sure is. Mike Roberts picking Oswald up in the air. Slam and a cover. 1. 1 count is all he gets. David Oswald breaks that cover. Mike Roberts over to the corner, tags Tony Eaton. They double team. There's Shane. Boy, Oswald's just driven to the mat by a big right hand. Ooh. Oswald fighting back. The big guy smashing him with a right hand. Oswald to the corner, gets the tag, and Jerry Bryant back in. He's got both fists up in the air, ready to fight. Eaton made the tag. Mike Roberts back in there now against Bryant. Roberts whipped into the turnbuckle. Jerry Bryant with a drag across the ring. Roberts over to the ropes, says, wait a minute, time out. Bryant says, none of that. He grabs him, pulls him out of the corner. Up in the air, a body slam. Bryant tags David Oswald. 6 minutes, 50 seconds gone. Oswald with a body slam on Mike Roberts. Off the rope. Whoa, he was going to go for a splash. But Roberts pulled his knees straight up in the air. And David Oswald hit the point of the knees. Roberts makes the tag on Tony Eaton. Oswald off the ropes. Eaton over to the corner, makes the tag on Mike Roberts again. Sends Oswald into the ropes. Roberts waiting for him there with the arm. Tag made again as Roberts puts Oswald into the rope. Oh, Tony Eaton drops down on him. 1, 2. Greb, we got it. Jerry Bryant trying to break it up, but just a split second too late. So this team of Mike Roberts and Tony Eaton out of Iowa come on tough and win it in 7 minutes, 53 seconds over Jerry Bryant and David Oswald.
Yeah, they did a smart thing in there. They obviously knew that Jerry Bryant was a lot more experience in there than David Oswald, and they got young David in there, and that was the one that they chose to go to make the effort to the pin on. David battled it as well as he could in there, but they overcame him, as a matter of fact, and got the 3 count in
7:53.
7:53. That's just what I was going to say. Okay, we mentioned a little bit earlier that we had talked on the phone with Billy Robinson at his home in Minneapolis, and got Billy again to send us a report on how he's doing, and he's out of the cast, as I think most everybody knew last week, and he's been working out, and Billy says he's feeling great. And let's take a listen now to what Billy had to say himself.
Hello, I just want to pass a little message on here to the assassins, and I want to make it quite clear to everybody in professional wrestling just how I feel. I want to make it quite clear, and I'm sure there's a lot of top professional wrestlers who know where I'm coming from, and what feeling and what depth of feeling I've got. I just want them to know, and if they don't listen to this interview, I want you people to pass it on to them, that I am so intent in my feelings at the moment. I want to go back to when I first started in wrestling, to a town called Wigan, to a town where they have a gymnasium called the Snake Pit. An ominous name, but its reputation was not as hard as the people that came out of it. Not the people that went in it, because some of those didn't last. You had to be a man to go into that gymnasium. The coach was Billy Riley. Men from all over the world. Dara Singh from India, Gideon Gita from Hungary, Bert Azaradi, Billy Joyce, both champions, all champions in their own right. But they had something that very few professional wrestlers or any time of combat people have. They learnt how to hook, and I learned how to hook, and I learned how to stretch. And these names may not mean anything to you, but what it really means is you learn how to break, how to maim, how to injure, how to put pain on your opponent. Now, I became not quite good, but very good at this catch-as-catch-can style of wrestling, the toughest there is. And I became a professional wrestler. Professional wrestling is the toughest sport in the world. But it is physical chess. It's the mind and the strength of the stamina against your opponent. Unfortunately, I've got pride in myself as a wrestler. I've got pride that wrestling, to me, is the greatest thing in my life. And I've put what I learned before, shall we say, in my hip pocket, in my back pocket, and I have not had really the opportunity, the necessity, or the will to use it. But now, assassins, the opportunity and the necessity and the need for me mentally and physically has arrived.
Okay, Billy Robinson, and we're going to be back with more wrestling action coming up for you on Championship Wrestling in just one moment. Wave Country Championship Wrestling continues right along here, and we're going to be back to the ring in just a moment. Tonight, Madisonville, Kentucky. Plenty of action down Madisonville way for you folks that might be in the direction, want to go see some great wrestling action. How about next Tuesday night in the Louisville Gardens? No doubt about the kind of action that's going to be there. Steve Regal goes against Rick Morton. Paul Ellering takes on Buddy Wayne. Sugar Bear Harris against Billy Robinson in 3 opening single matches. Then a tag match with Sonny King and the Iranian Assassin going against Rick and Robert Gibson. Then a Southern Tag Team title match when Jerry Jarrett and Ken Lucas team it up together to take on the big mighty Assassins right there in the Gardens. And the final match of the night, take a listen to this one. A pole strap match. 10 feet pole in the corner, strap on top. You climb up and get it and come down with it, friend. You can legally use it right there when handsome Jimmy Valiant takes on Bill Superstar Dundee in what ought to be one whale of a match in the Gardens. That's next Tuesday night. Handsome Jimmy, come on in here and tell us about this pole match coming up.
Yeah, baby. Woo! Let's see. You know, about 3 weeks ago, I just commentated on the Saturday Night Live. I was the host, brother, and my special guest was Joe Cocker. And Joe said, Handsome, you still got that strap around that tiny waist, baby. He said that I see it, brother. I said, it must mean nothing but bread to you. I said, Cocker, this is just like selling 1 million records, brother, because it gives me all the opportunities. I have commercials, brother. I have movies. I got everything. But you see, Tuesday night, I'm not putting this strap up for Superstar Billy. You see, because this is a pole match. You see, I can climb the pole, but I'm not going to do it because Handsome's too smart. I'm going to let the monkey climb it. And when you come down with the strap, brother, I'm going to be waiting. And I'm going to take that strap, brother, and I'm going to whoop your head.
You hear it, Handsome Jimmy, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens.
In Melrose, Minnesota, you into the wrestling area right now. The Assassins just walking in front of the camera there on the way to the ring. Here comes Paul Ellering, one we were talking about out of Minnesota. His partner, interesting young man. Let's go with the official introductions as they climb up onto the ring apron here. This is going to be a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 535 pounds from Melrose, Minnesota, Paul Ellering and his partner from the hills of Missouri, Slim the Hillbilly. Going against him at a total weight of 590 pounds from parts unknown, the Assassins. This match will be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Paul Morton.
Woogie, off they come. Paul is out of his jacket. He'll be starting over there. The Assassin number, let's see. I don't know who's starting. Really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Number 2. And we're off and running with a one fall, 15-minute time limit bout. The Assassin number 2 starting out against Paul Ellering. Slim, the Hillbilly out of the hills of Missouri, is the partner of Paul Ellering. He brings a lot of weight in there, and he knows what he wants to do. He's not all that versed in terms of having a long experience in professional wrestling. We'll have to see how he goes with these huge Assassins. Up on top with a wrist lock, and the Assassin takes Ellering down. Ellering right back up and backed into the ropes. Referee calls for a break, and the Assassin hammers a forearm. Ellering comes right back with one. Paul Ellering, 1977 NCAA weightlifting champion. Step over toe hold to the inside, and Ellering kicks his way out of it right off the bat. Paul, dead center of the ring, very determined and serious young man. Around behind goes the Assassin, waist locks him there. Ellering trying to shake out of it, using that strength of his. With that leg scissors, takes the Assassin over and down. A tag on number 1, and they will be changing partners. Sound like I'm calling a square dance in there.
Do-si-do.
Yeah. Assassin number 1, and nice arm drag. Hooked it and rolled with it, Paul Ellering did. Bends that wrist down, but the Assassin up on his knees and back to his feet, and Ellering goes in, locks the wrist, rolls him over and down. Looked for a moment, and I think the Assassin thought he was going to try to go behind, and he was ready to block that. But Ellering, scrambling down, rolls the Assassin up. He goes to the ropes and outside. Paul Ellering. And the other assassin. You know, I had them confused myself. That's number 1 that's in there now. Number 2 that was on the outside. But the referee says, no. Let's get the other guy back in here. And so number 2 is back in there now. Paul Ellering has one idea, straight ahead, dead center on him. Full Nelson on Ellering. Oh, with those powerful arms, he snaps out of the big assassin's full Nelson. Looking for a way to go at it. As he goes under with a hand, the tag goes to the other assassin and a right hand to the midsection of Ellering. In the air, straight over the head, and 235-pound or so Paul Ellering slammed down on that mat by the assassin number 1. Whips through the ropes, knee to the midsection. Referee Paul Morton. Assassin in the corner, whip a reverse. And Ellering fires the assassin number 1 into the corner. Forearm tag on the Hillbilly.
3.5 minutes into the action here.
And the first appearance of Slim the Hillbilly, who comes in with a standing side headlock. Slim bumping into the assassin. Both go down, and the assassin right back up. Hammers him into the knee of the other one. A tag, and here we go. Ellering on the outside, pacing. And the big assassin using the bottom part of his foot, stomping on Slim. The hair, the tag, backed into the rope. Gonna be a whip. Big elbow, could be it. He does, he drops on him. Decides not to go for the pin in there. Thought he would, Dave, but he did not. Body slam. Whoa! And the assassin, a power slam at that. On the Hillbilly, he covers one. Nope, he broke it up himself. Yeah, the assassins get a guy going, and they like to put that punishment in there. Break arms, tear a guy up, do whatever damage they can. Even though obviously they had it going. Suplex over and down goes Slim. Assassin number 2 drops with the leg. Grabs at the hair again. The referee saying let it up. He tags out. Here comes assassin number 1 to the midsection, and Slim down to one knee. Up in the air. Side suplex. Good night. Shows you how strong these guys are, the assassins. Ellering on the outside can't do a thing about it. He is nowhere near. Fireman's carry takes him up in the air. Reverse slam, and he drops Slim down. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Slim with his heart in the right spot, but just no competition really with the big assassin. These guys, with all of that sadistic streak that they have in them, they can wrestle. They can do it all, and they came in, took advantage of the young guy.
That's what you call team effort.
Yeah, I understand.
The black and gold of Pittsburgh.
Okay, black and gold of Pittsburgh, which is where the assassins are so proudly saying the home of champions. Yep. Okay, Davey, we had what kind of time?
Time on it was 5 minutes, 33 seconds.
5:33, and the winners are the Assassins over Paul Ellering and Slim the Hillbilly, as the Hillbilly was pinned. We're going to be back with more wrestling action coming up in just a moment.
Here as Ken Lucas, Steve Regal are in the ring, and their opposition just climbing through the ropes right now. Introducing at a total weight of 492 pounds. On the left of your screen from Nashville, Tennessee, Jerry Ralph and his partner Bill Smithson. Going against them at a total of 440 pounds from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ken Lucas And from Indianapolis, Indiana, Steve Regal. This match will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, Smithson stepping out, Ralph starting, and on the other side, Steve Regal. Here we go.
Underway with Steve Regal against Jerry Ralph. Oh, Ralph body slammed. Well, not body slammed, but dropped to the mat by Steve Regal. He was slammed down there, no doubt about it. Backdrop by Regal. Big Jerry Ralph in the air. It's kind of a modified body slam, I guess. Regal to the corner. Makes the tag on Ken Lucas. Oh, knee lift by Ken Lucas. Vicious one. Jerry Ralph finding the mat often. Lucas fires him into the rope. Steve Regal waiting with a good drop kick and a cover one. Got a one's all he gets, though. Jerry Ralph able to get the shoulders up off the mat. Regal with a reverse face lock. Jerry Ralph, big guy. He weighs about 263. He and Smithson together weigh in at 492 total. There's a tag made, and Bill Smithson will be coming in. Steve Regal backed onto the rope. Smithson fires him into the rope. Shoulder butt coming off of there, and Regal ends up with the advantage on it again. Steve gets the tag on his partner. Here is Kenny Lucas. Lucas back to Steve Regal, who makes the tag. Right hand, midsection by Steve Regal. Regal, good move. Boy, he puts Smithson right down on the mat. Shoulders are down briefly. Referee starts the count. Smithson trying to reverse it. Steve's shoulders on the mat. He got a one count. And Bill Smithson caught pulling the tights by referee Jerry Calhoun. Regal with a headlock. Smithson forces him into a corner. Smithson with a whip across the ring. Regal out of the way as Smithson was going to come firing in there. Steve Regal to Ken Lucas. Kenny really popping that arm of Bill Smithson. Now he wraps it up. Half twist. Tag made again on Steve Regal. Bill Smithson on the mat. Smithson now put Steve Regal down here. Got a wrist lock on him. Heard somebody yell hair. Steve Regal with the advantage now on Bill Smithson. Smithson not too far away from the corner. He would like to get a tag on his partner Jerry Ralph. A little too far away for that, so he hangs an arm over the bottom rope, and that means Steve has to give up the hold. Referee Jerry Calhoun told him to break it. He does. 4 minutes gone. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Steve Regal puts Bill Smithson down to the mat. Regal and Lucas have been able to keep Smithson in there quite some time. Smithson on the mat, trying to figure a way to get out of this hole. Regal makes the tag. Then Lucas. Lucas drops down with a lower leg. There's a cover. One. One count's all he got. Ken Lucas makes a tag on Regal. He has Smithson there. Regal drops with the arm. Count of 2. Smithson back on his feet now. Ooh. Smithson caught Regal with a foot right in the midsection. And now it's Smithson with a headlock on Steve Regal. Regal off the rope. Smithson with a cover. One count is all he gets. Steve Regal kicks out of it. 5 minutes, 35 seconds into the action. Regal off the rope. A knee by Smithson and a cover. One. A 1 count again, all he gets. Ken Lucas down behind him. Jerry Ralph coming in there. Regal sent him out. Lucas going for the sleeper, and it looks like he may have it on Bill Smithson, waiting for a signal from referee Jerry Calhoun. He's checking him out. That's it. This match is history. As Ken Lucas gets the sleeper hold on Bill Smithson. So it's going to be Lucas and Regal winning it. Time on it, 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Jerry Ralph over to check his partner out. Lucas and Regal leaving the ring. Now, Kenny's going to have to get back in there and wake him up. Well, maybe not. Lucas and Regal have just left the area here. Jerry Ralph now is going to do it. He's going to try to do it. Smithson seems to be coming around a little bit. Jerry Ralph holding him up. And that is going to be it. Yeah, I think he's awake. They're headed back for the dressing area now. 6:15 again, the time on it. The win goes to Ken Lucas, Steve Regal over Jerry Ralph and Bill Smithson. And, wow. Regal and Lucas, boy, Lucas especially looking vicious in there a couple of different times in that match.
Well, let me tell you, they can go. There is no two ways about that. Here's a guy who can go, too.
Yes, indeed. You could tell from the screens maybe who it was. The superstar, Bill Dundee, has just climbed into the ring, and we're going to go without a break here on another match.
Yeah, we won't take a break, Dave. We'll just pop right on to this one. We'll let the superstar and Harry Damato, brand new face here on Championship Wrestling.
It is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Harry Damato is on the left of your screen, 214 pounds out of Tampa, Florida. And from Australia, 211 pounds, a superstar, Bill Dundee. One-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Paul Morton is the referee.
Billy pulling off his colorful attire, the jacket of Harry Damato. Harry, young fella out of Tampa, Florida. He's got tough chore in front of him in there, but that's the way it is. All right, into action. Out of the corner comes the superstar. Harry Damato goes right at him. Dundee right around behind. Boy, he jerks him off his feet, trying to roll him over. Damato trying to block, and he kicks his way up, and Bill right back at him. Harry Damato and Dundee double leg dive. Took him, spins him, Boston Crab. Hanging down, he may have, but he lets him go, rolls him over, covers him up. One. Billy right back up. Damato, seeing why this little Aussie got the reputation he does. Dundee drops him down right on that knee. Picked him up again in the air. Turns him over and body slams him down. One. That's all he took on that one. Dundee once again. And Damato crabs him down into it. Almost got Bill. Got a 1 count, but Billy's right shoulder is up. Good quick move from Damato. Count of 1, 2, 3. He got him. Bill.
Right.
Oh, boy. He nailed it. Dundee came back and got him down in that crab position. Damato pulled a quick move. Beautiful. He almost surprised Dundee on that one. But Billy just fired up and really ready to go, man. He went at it today.
Yeah, he could roll those shoulders right on over himself, and he did and held him there. Minute 4 seconds was the time on it. 1:04 as Billy gets the win.
Very quick win as Bill Dundee victorious over young Harry Damato. We got more action coming up, and we're going to be back to it in just a moment. Okay, back to Wave Country's Championship Wrestling coming up in just a second. Do want to take a minute only to tell you about the entire card right in the Gardens next Tuesday night. It is an exciting night of action there. Steve Regal will open up against Rick Morton. Ought to be a whale of a match right there from the very opening blast. You be sure and make it there early. Paul Ellering, the strong man, Melrose, Minnesota, will be going against Buddy Wayne. Sugar Bear Harris will be going against Billy Robinson in the third single match. And then a couple of tag matches with Sonny King and the Iranian Assassin will be going against the team of the Gibsons, Rick and Robert. And then a Southern Tag Team title match. Jerry Jarrett and Ken Lucas will be trying to dethrone the current champions, the Mighty Assassins. And the final match, man, what a bout that ought to be. A pole strap match. 10-foot pole in the corner, strap on top. You get up and come down with it, you can use it. Handsome Jimmy and Bill Superstar, Tuesday in the Gardens.
Everything is slashed, up to 50% off. So hurry while the selection is still big.
And I want you to get a free autographed picture of me, Bill Dundee, in person at Winter Furniture, Sunday, February the 24th at 1 to 4 p.m. Register to win a free living room suite. I want you to be at Winter Furniture, Sunday, February the 24th, 1 to 4 p.m., because I'll be there to shake your hand. Winter Furniture, 2530 Dixie Highway.
This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 400...
Why don't y'all just get in the ring? Let's get it on.
416 pounds total weight.
Who are you talking about?
From Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. And from Memphis, Tennessee, Larry Hardin. And not in the ring, but down on the floor.
Hey, will you get him up in the ring,
At a
please,
total weight of
referee?
467
That's
pounds.
wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong.
Why don't you guys go to the ring?
That's Kingfish Lawler, and this is the Midnight Cowboy, Hansel Jimbo from Memphis. Woo! Mustang!
At a total weight of 467 pounds. From New York City, Handsome Jimmy Valiant. And from Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry the King Lawler. Their manager, Jimmy Hart. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Well, Handsome has got his hat, his pennant, his earring, his eyes. Oh.
These bright lights on TV land is very hard on my baby blues.
Thank you, referee. Lawler and Valiant finally in the proximity of the ring. Lawler starting out. Boy, look at that design on Lawler's wrestling tights there.
Chinese dragon.
Is that what that is? I thought it meant Jerry Lawler speak with forked tongue there or something like that. Okay, we're ready. Bell time, and we're off and running.
Well, the referee had to get Jimmy Hart back around and sitting down in a chair instead of discussing the situation with the crowd.
I think Hart is bringing his own chairs with wheels on it or something. That guy goes around that ring in that chair. Like he's got it motorized. Rick Morton, Jerry Lawler is starting out. Morton going for a single leg dive. Lawler blocked him, went into that front face lock on him. With a chancery, he whips him around into the corner and holds him at the turnbuckle. Rick trying to take him up. The referee saying, come on, break it up. They're on the rope. Lawler just hold it on. Whoa, what a drag. And look at that. Lawler came on the right, spun around, and Morton drags him right out of the corner. Different story. Now it's a hair.
Yeah. Hair pulling.
One tough little monkey in there, that Rick Morton, I'll guarantee you. He gives away weight to everybody that he goes in there with, but it doesn't bother him a bit. Morton fakes the leg dive. Lawler backs to the corner. Handsome Jimmy's still running his mouth. Now he's telling Lawler, pull out a gun and shoot him. It may be the only way you'll get him. Back in that side, the referee steps in. Handsome Jimmy. Ooh, and Morton ducks out of the way, and Lawler holds the punch up. Morton had ducked. Lawler was about ready to blast Valiant, and he held it up. Back to the center of the ring. Larry Hardin is Rick Morton's partner. Handsome Jimmy, Jerry the King Lawler's partner.
Handsome Jimmy explaining the situation as he saw it to the referee. All three of them complaining that Rick Morton hit him with a fist.
Yeah.
What's this fist? Would you?
And there's Jimmy. Handsome Jimmy Bay. Jerry Lawler now in a standing side headlock as Rick Morton tags Larry Hardin, and Larry making his first appearance in. Picks up that side headlock. Hardin with a little more weight than Morton. Good condition, well-built young fellow. Lawler shuffles him across the ring. Misses a right, and Hardin doesn't. Yeah, he used a fist, Jim. That's right.
I hear you, Jimmy. Jimmy said they came to wrestle, not to fight. Who threw the first fist? The question.
Lawler just happened to miss. Hardin didn't.
We're 3.5 minutes into this one.
Hardin, foot to the midsection. Bottom of the foot, Jimmy. It's legal. Bottom of the foot. Jimmy Hart up out of the chair. Jimmy dressed in the real cutaway, man. He's all sported out, got his cane with him now. Nice tag on Rick Morton. Morton comes in, grabs Lawler, takes him to a side headlock. Lawler shuffles him into the rope. Aha! Boy, he put that foot up. Stunned him. Seeing those whirling things in his head is Rick Morton, and Handsome Jimmy comes in first time. Fires Morton into the ropes. And Jimmy, in that street brawling style of his, slams Morton into Lawler's foot. Tag on the King. Big body slam, and Lawler comes right in behind it off the rope with that right hand.
We just passed the 5-minute mark.
5 minutes passed and 10 minutes to wrestle. Once again, Morton this time busted into Jimmy's knee. Tag on Handsome. Yeah. Reversal! Beauty! Morton stand right on top of Handsome Jimmy. Tags Hardin, throws him in. Drop kick. Got a 1 count. Hardin and Handsome Jimmy in the corner. The King steps in, pulls that elbow pad down. We can see it. Nailed him with it. 2, 3. And there it is, Davey. How much time on that one?
5:53.
Lawler and Handsome Jimmy in tow in 5:53 over Morton and Hardin in a good match We've got more action, but we're going to take time out right now, and we'll be back to it in just a moment.
The team with the most falls to their credit when the time expires will be the winners of the match. Introducing at a total weight of 494 pounds from St. Louis, Missouri, Dick Greb and Chuck Culley. Going against them in this match at a total weight of 454 pounds from Pensacola, Florida, Rick and Robert Gibson. This match to the expiration of time, referee Paul Morton.
Okay, we're about ready to go. Our first look on championship wrestling at Dick Greb and Chuck Culley. They're both out of the St. Louis area, and Chuck Culley will be starting in there. We're ready for the bell, David.
Robert Gibson against Chuck Culley. Culley round behind Robert. Nice takedown by Culley. Got Robert off his feet. But Robert Gibson not sitting still for it. He's moving around. He's round behind Culley now. Both of them over into the ropes. Back on their feet. Culley again goes round behind. Robert up on his feet again. Culley still has the hold. Robert gets to the corner. And Rick gets into the ring. Shoulders down. That's it. And that, my friend, is what you call teamwork by the Gibson brothers, Rick and Robert. Chuck Culley thought he pretty well had things in hand there against Robert. As he was round behind, able to get him off his feet and looked like he was doing okay. But then the tag was made. Rick Gibson flipped over the rope into the ring and took Chuck Culley down with him as he went. And as he did drop down to the mat, he had the shoulders pinned. The referee was right there, and referee Paul Morton counted to 3, and that is it for the first fall of action.
That really caught me by surprise. Did it catch Greb and Culley by surprise?
It's the element of surprise, I think, very important there as far as Culley is concerned, because those shoulders hit the mat, and the 3 count was all over, really, before he realized what was happening.
Greb and Culley have excellent reputations, and they came in. I was settling down to see, boy, you know, maybe one fall on the whole thing. The Gibsons used that speed and that element of surprise, as you pointed out, and son of a gun, they took it down the drain right there and got a quick 1, 2, 3. What was the
time on it? Was only 52 seconds, and it was perfect timing. As Robert was over in the corner, Rick was right there waiting, and it just worked out great for him.
That is an example right there of, I don't care how experienced the guy is or whatever, that if it is executed right and you have that element of surprise going for you on a hold, you can beat anybody and beat them in a hurry, too.
And they're one fall up, right?
Yeah, that's just one fall up in there. We're going to have to check our time. We'll do that, and we'll find out how it stands, and we'll be back right after we take time out for this. Okay, back to Channel 3's Championship Wrestling coming up in just a moment. We still got some more action for you. Want to take time out again to talk to Ken Lucas, who will be teamed with Jerry Jarrett to go for the Southern Tag titles against the Big Assassins. Ken, they do make a tough, big team to face.
Lance, I learned a long time ago in this profession, I don't say anything about nobody, I just go by their ability in the ring. And these guys are very, very tough. They're very, very mean, and they ask no quarter, they give no quarter. Myself and Jerry Jarrett has been a very successful tag team in Louisville. We're not the biggest men in professional wrestling, but I'll tell you one thing we've got. We've got heart. And we've got a lot of guts, and we've got determination to take those belts. We know what we've got to do when we go to Louisville, Kentucky, and the Assassins. I've grown to dislike both of you men very, very much for what you've done to a lot of guys in professional wrestling. But let me tell you something, friend. What goes around comes around. And when myself and Jerry Jarrett crawl through those ring ropes, don't sell us short, because we're going to come in and take your belts, and you know it.
Anybody that's ever seen Lucas and Jarrett together, they don't take them short. Oh, he's got one right there in his hand. Superstar Bill Dundee, pole match, Handsome Jimmy. Going to have something like that right up on top of it.
That's right. I've had it up the heel, Lance Russell, with Handsome Jimmy, Jerry Lawler, and Jimmy Hart. They think they can go around and beat people like a dog. Well, let me tell you, brother, them days are all over you. I asked for this match because the last time I faced the 3 of you, that's what you did. You got a belt off somebody and you beat me like a dog. Well, I don't appreciate it. Handsome Jimmy, Valiant, I don't think you've ever been in a pole match, brother. I don't think you can climb that pole. This is where my size comes to my advantage, Lance Russell. Most times I go into the ring at a disadvantage of being the smallest guy in the wrestling profession. Well, let me tell you something, Valiant. I can climb the pole, and I'm going to climb the pole. And when I bring it down, brother, I'm going to leave welts all over you, like your mama should have done 2 or 3 years ago. And you mightn't be as goofy as you are believing everything that Jimmy Hart tells you. Well, you better ask him, son, because he's seen Bill Dundee in many a pole match, and I usually come out the winner. Handsome Jimmy, I can beat you in a wrestling match. I can beat you in a fight, and I shoot as you know what beat you in this match.
Tuesday night.
The Assassins over Paul Ellering and Slim, the Hillbilly, in about 5.5 minutes. Ken Lucas and Steve Regal won their match over Jerry Ralph and Bill Smithson. It was the superstar, Bill Dundee, winning over Harry Damato in 1:04 seconds. Jerry Lawler, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, defeated Rick Morton and Larry Hardin. And then in that expiration of time match just completed, Rick and Robert Gibson win it by taking 52-second first fall. They caught him by surprise, and that's all the time, so that one fall is it.
Yes, sir. That's all it takes in an expiration of time. And we're facing ourselves with an expired time on the entire program. Next week, back again. Maybe you'll be right here with us, and bring a friend for Championship Wrestling. Lance Russell, Dave Brown saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the Jarrett Welch Wrestling Company.